Want to give your flowcharts, diagrams, or presentations a little extra life? In this video, I'll show you how to create animated flowchart lines and arrows in Camtasia. Let's get into it. I've already gone ahead and started to set up my flowchart in Camtasia, and I want to be able to put flowing lines between these to connect them all. So here's how I go about doing this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to group all four of these boxes together, highlight them all, right-click, and select Group, just to give ourselves some more room. The next thing I want to do is to create this flow line, let's go up to Annotations, and then let's click on the arrows and lines, and choose an arrow in here. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one, okay, and bring it onto the timeline. Okay, here's our arrow right here. Let's change the color so we can see it a little bit easier. Let's go with black. Okay, and now let's also make a little bigger, a little thicker. Okay, now for the line style, I don't want an arrowhead on the beginning, on the left. I only want an arrowhead on the right side. So here under line style at the beginning, let's select here and click this option so that there's no arrowhead on the one side. Okay, and then for the line style, I'm going to choose this dashed line right here. And there are several other kinds of lines that you can choose from. Just try out different types of arrows if this is not the look that you want. But this is going to do fine for me now. And we'll leave the arrowhead on the right side. So I'm happy with the thickness in the arrowhead. Let's go ahead and make this larger. I'm going to hold down Shift to make sure it stays perfectly horizontal. Okay, actually let's move it back here a bit and make it a little bit larger. I want to make it as large as our longest stretch of flow line is going to be. So actually we could kind of put it in, we can kind of put it in place with it highlighted. Let's say we want it to point here and it's going to come up from here. Okay, so that's going to be our longest line. Next thing I want to do is highlight this and click Control D to duplicate the line. I want another copy, and I'm just going to leave that down here for 1 second. Okay, and let's move this out of the way for now. We'll get back to that. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a shape. So sticking with Annotations here, let's go up to the Shapes menu, and let's just grab a box, just a square shape like this, and place it on top of the arrow in our timeline. And now let's take this shape, and it doesn't matter what color it is. Let's take it and let's hide most of this arrow, everything except for the last dash and the arrowhead, okay? So we can make this smaller like that, and let's stretch this over like this, okay? Now this is where I'm gonna have a line coming up from the middle here, halfway between the red and the blue box, and come straight up. So it's going to intersect right around here. So this is as far as I need to go with this. So with the shape covering that arrow, what I now want to do is go over to Visual Effects and grab the Media Mat right here. If you don't see it right off the bat, you'll have to scroll down. It's about halfway down, and I've got it right here. Drag the Media Mat onto our shape. Okay? Now what that does, the Media Mat, as long as we have the alpha mode selected, which we do, the Media Mat is like a portal. Like it will show us everything that's on the layer right below, but nothing else. So it's showing us the line here, but it's hiding like the rest of the line back here and the arrowhead. Okay, so that's what we wanted it to do. We didn't want, so if I can show you this by just deselecting the eyeball here and hiding this track. That's what it looks like before the Media Mat shape is added, and that's after, okay? So that's showing us pretty much all we want to see. In fact, I'm just going to bring this back a little bit more. That's probably where I'm going to want this to start. Okay, now let's go back and select the line, and now what I want to do is I want to add animation to it, okay? So let's go up to Animations and drag a custom animation down on our line, right here, okay? Now on the right side of the arrow, the animation arrow, that is our ending properties. So with the playhead at that location, let's go up and drag, we'll click the line, hold down our shift so we stay horizontal, and let's drag it to the right. You see what's happening there? Right till about there, and then release. So we've just created an animation that looks like this. Okay, now if that's happening too slow, you can simply decrease the arrow size like that and it'll happen quicker. And we can decrease those in the timeline like that. And now it looks like this. So it's a little bit of a faster flow. Okay, now the next step is we want to put our arrowhead back. Okay, that's why we made a copy over here. So let's bring this back up to the top. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's reposition this arrow so that it is right on top of the existing arrow, or close enough anyways. That's probably good, just like that. And now let's, with the arrow selected, let's click our crop tool. Okay. Let's try this. Let's select it here. Click the crop tool. I have to really zoom out here. Okay, and now we're going to crop this all the way back. Now we can zoom back in, see where we are with this selected. Crop in here and only show that part of it. Okay, so now let's zoom back out and see what we've got. Now we've replaced the arrowhead. Okay, so I'll just zoom in a little bit here. See what we have now. There's our flowing line. Now to replicate this, first what we want to do is we want to group all of these objects together. So highlight them all, right click, click group. Now it's all in one group. Okay, and now we can take this group, we can Control D to duplicate it. Now we have another copy here. Position it to where you want it. Let's just zoom out a little bit. And then with the crop tool, we can crop this like this. Okay, in fact, we can crop a lot of this away. Crop this like this. Okay, and then we can go back to the select tool with this arrow selected, copy and paste. Does the same thing as the duplicate. Okay, and now we'll paste another copy. And for this one, where is our rotation? Our rotation point is over here. So let's hold Shift and move the rotation point right to the middle. Okay, and then let's rotate this vertically and move it like this. Okay, let's move these all back to the beginning and let's see what we have now. Now, if you don't want the arrowhead on this line here, all you have to do is select it, click on crop, crop out the arrowhead, go back to the select tool, move it up so it joins the other line, go back to crop and bring this back down here. Okay, and maybe that will look a little bit better. Do you want more tips like this? Let me know in the comments below, or come join me in a live stream. I live stream regularly here on YouTube, sharing my screen and doing how-to tutorials. I show you how I make my videos and I answer your questions live. So if you're looking to improve your videos, join me in my next live stream. I'm Rob, and I'll see you in the next video, or in a live stream. I'll see you soon.